When I was a tyke, I loved camping out in the woods. That's me on the left. I went tent camping as I grew up, but then when I got old, I wanted a travel trailer to make things easier on me. I went to various places, and I thought I had a great idea when I would do video blogs for my family on a small little smartphone. That worked quite well for quite a while, but then I decided I wanted to have a YouTube camping video. So I created that. I made various videos with much more professional equipment, but I still had all these video blogs made from that small little smartphone. So I remastered them and re-edited them, and here they are, presenting the Legacy Travel Trailer Camping Video Series, warts and all. I hope you enjoy them as much as I did. Well, good morning. It's day 2 at Roosevelt Lake in January 2016. And next up is go ahead and take my shower and get dressed and make my breakfast. And kind of strange that I kind of like wrote down a big breakfast for myself. I usually don't do that, but hey, I'll give it a try. Well, there's the raw mixings for a great breakfast here. I'm going to have like scrambled eggs, French toast, some sausages, and all the other things, that you need, to eat it with. And I'm cooking with gas. Yum, look at all that. And all done, ready for eating. I prepared, I cooked, I ate. So what I'm going to do today is something different, which I've never done before. And I'm going to take us on a tour at Roosevelt Lake. The lake has more than one recreational area. I'm in the Cholla recreational area right now, and it has a few different campground loops. I'm in the Buckhorn Cholla loop right now. I'm going to head northeast on the main road, that's 188. There are the other recreational areas that you can get into. Usually this time of year the campground loops are closed, but we can still perhaps see some of them and maybe get closer to the lake too. I'm leaving my campsite right now, and I'm going down the road out of this camping loop. Buckhorn Cholla. Going to be approaching the main entrance to the Cholla recreation area. It has a closed up little office, which probably back in the day, you stopped at and you paid your money and got your spot. You can't see it, it's off to the left there. Make sure it's safe to pull out on 188, and we'll go like northeast on it right now, and we'll find ourselves another recreation area to explore. So here we're coming up on the bridge, which is a little bit north of Roosevelt Dam, and it's that dam that forms this lake. A little bit of history about Roosevelt Lake is that it was the first artificial lake created in Arizona, and it was named after Teddy Roosevelt, the one who commissioned it. So here's the new bridge. It was built just a few years ago. I don't really know where the old bridge was, but perhaps it was in the same location. Off to my right is where the dam is, and you can't see it in the picture here. I believe I'm coming up on the Windy Hill recreation area right now. Now entering the Windy Hill recreation area. It has its own campgrounds. Yeah, here's one of these main entrances into a camping area. You see the little building to the left there. There's nobody there. It's all boarded up. So you just keep on driving. You just have to have, like a daily pass dated for today, to get in here. I pulled into one of the campsites here, but I'm not, of course, staying here. I'm just gonna get on out, and we'll take a little walk around so we can see the lake even closer from here. Well, here I'm outside here. Right behind me is the lake. And so we're going to do a little walk toward it, see how close we can get before we fall off a cliff. Well, there's the lake, Roosevelt Lake over there. These campsites over there was where I was at driving around before I got out and came over here. I see like off-road trails down there. You could probably do. The water level is probably much higher at one time, but the drought is like lowered it. I can see way off in the distance what looks like a fishing pier. That's like pretty far from the water now, so it can no longer serve the purpose of fishing from. And you see something interesting here. An occupied campsite. We have just one or more people who have a sailing boat here. I don't know if they actually like live here as volunteer campground hosts, or they're here to take that boat down in the water on their trip. Okay, it's time to get back to the truck. See if we have time to go to our next location, which was Schoolhouse. Well, it's starting to rain a little bit, but I think I still got enough time and just a light drizzle that we could take a little trip over to Schoolhouse. So I'm making the drive back out of Windy Hill now. And you can see, yeah, it's trying to rain on me here, and that wasn't supposed to be in the forecast either. But when you have clouds, you may have rain in the wintertime in Arizona, especially during an El Nino year. Coming up on the Schoolhouse recreational area. This will be our last of the places we'll visit today on our tour of Roosevelt Lake. And once again, we have the ubiquitous closed up little office at the main gate with nobody in there. And there's some loops here. Camping boat ramp event area. Why don't we just go down to the boat area so we can get close to the lake? Well, I'm approaching the boat ramp area. Let's just see how close I'm allowed to actually get to the shore from here. This is how bad it's gotten here with this drought. You can see right down there is where the boat ramp. It's not a working boat ramp now. The water's not even coming up to it. You can see like a third of the way up from the bottom there to where the water once was. And I think the first time I came up here, the water was, it came up to off to the right. I don't know if you can see it. Let me put my finger over there somewhere so you can see it right over here. I'm covering it up. Now it's there. I'm covering it up. Now it's there. It's like a pier. It's high and dry. And now it's just a marshy area. The lake probably went way over there, but some of it's like high ground, some of it's water. Over here, you probably see, the water probably came up to there too at one time. So I'm going to turn around off this boat ramp, drive back on the road. It's probably going to take me about 20 minutes to get back to where I'm going. So I hope you enjoyed this little tour around. It was a drab and dreary day, but even on a drab and dreary day, you can go sightseeing. But it was kind of fun, to do. Now back to the campsite. I made a little turn off on the way back to my campsite. I just crossed the bridge over Roosevelt Lake close to the dam, and there's some scenic site pull-offs here that you can do. So they're real close to the lake, so I wanted to show you a lake view from one of them. Come down here as close as I can without falling off. Yeah, but there's the lake. It's like a little buoy down there, and it's quite chilly. And it's kind of a low cloud deck across those mountains over there. I haven't seen any boats actually out here. I just noticed that, for the first time. I don't think there's been any since I got here yesterday. It's just too cold and windy, and I think most people, they're like hunkering down back in wherever they come from here in Arizona to get ready for the big Cardinals game tomorrow night. That's what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be listening to it on my boombox because it can pull in the radio station that's going to be broadcasting that game. So I need to get on back now. Take a look at the time here. It's about almost 3:50 now, so I got some more driving to do here. So maybe another 10 minutes before I get back. Well, good morning. It's January 16th, 2016. It's the day of the big Cardinals game against the Green Bay Packers tonight. So my plan for that is to listen to the game on the radio as much as I can, starting from the time that I'll be making my dinner and eating my dinner and then going outside for the campfire tonight, and then when it gets too cold for that, come back in and listen to the rest. So I'm going to get myself together here, drink my coffee, take my shower, get dressed, and make a simple breakfast today. So now I'm outside, and it was sunny out here all day, but it's kind of like some high clouds have kind of moved in. So I'm going to be spending at least part of my time tonight listening to the game from here, at the fire. Well, it's about a half an hour before the big game. I'm already ate, and I'm out by my fire. And it's a hot, toasty fire, that's for sure. I put a big, gigantic block of wood that was in the bag, which I usually don't like, but it now makes for a good heat stop behind that fire and just reflects the heat back on me, so I'm nice and warm for the first time out here. So I'm just going to stay out here for as long as I want, listening to the game, being out by a nice warm fire.
Shotgun snap. Palmer back to throw. Looks right. Fires back of the end zone. The ball is pulled in by Michael Floyd. Is he in? They haven't signaled yet. Now they do. It's a touchdown for Floyd.
It's the end of the first half. Cardinals are up on the Green Bay Packers. From what I could hear on the radio, the Cardinals were hardly ever on the field to play on offense. How can you let Green Bay have not one, but two 17-drive plays? And I think they said on the radio that the Cardinals only had the ball they had it for under 3 minutes in the second quarter. That isn't going to cut it. But I know, the coaching staff and the players, they'll make their second half adjustments. And Palmer and the gang, they'll come out there and they have to start dominating the Packers defense. The Cardinals defense, they're doing their job. Patrick Peterson is trying to win this game all by himself. He got screwed out of an interception touchdown because of Frosty Rucker's boneheaded penalty that he had. This could have been easily at least a 14-0 game right now. So get ready to pop some Jiffy popcorn, settle in for the second half, and hopefully a Cardinals victory.
Rodgers looking, waiting, steps up, scrambles to his right, throws late, touchdown, Jeff Janis!
Snap to Palmer, drops back to throw, looks over the middle, fires, it's broken up, tip, it's caught in the end zone for a touchdown by Floyd!
36-yard attempt. Hold is good, kick is good.
Looking downfield, being flushed, rolling left, winds up, rainbows it high and deep into the end zone. It's high pointed and caught. It is caught for a touchdown. Yes! A miracle catch.
He's in trouble, he's hit, gets out of there, rolls right, throws back to the left, Fitz is wide open, caught at the 35, nobody's there, 35, stiff arms 30, 25, 20, Fitz to the near side, 10, to the 5, and tackled there, and it's a pitch to Fitz, running straight ahead, into the end zone, the shovel pass for the touchdown of the win!
Victory in overtime. Fitz with that big run after the catch, and then he takes it in for the touchdown. Cardinals on to the NFC Championship game next Sunday night against either Seattle or Carolina. Good morning. It's Sunday morning. It's my last full day here at Roosevelt Lake. Late night last night listening to that Cardinals playoff game against Green Bay Packers. Cardinals finally came through in overtime. In their first 3 plays, they won it. So now it's on to whoever. Find that out later today. So that's so they're on their way. Offense needs some work though. They're going to have to do better than that, if they're going to get past Seattle or Carolina. Well, there's my breakfast. Eggs and bacon and toast, along with orange juice and a little bit of coffee I still have left. Yum. Well, it's about 12 noon on Sunday, the day before I leave to come home. And I've been busy already this morning, along with my normal chores of like filling up the trailer with water and checking out my new RV batteries and make sure they're draining at the same rate. So they're working out fine. I decided that I'm not going to have a fire out here tonight. I'm just going to hunker down in the trailer and just finish up with what I need to do to pack away and just watch some TV shows or movies on both my laptop and my portable Blu-ray player. I figure if the battery goes out on one, I'll just switch to the other and just keep trucking, and then I don't have to recharge them anyway because I'm coming home tomorrow. It's a nice, sunny, beautiful day out here. And it's in the low 50s right now. But in the sun, it feels much better. You see that trailer over there? But I guess they were watching the game last night, and when Patrick Peterson ran back that interception for what should have been a touchdown, you could hear them screaming and hollering and everything else, and then it went dead silence after those penalty flags came out. What's even stranger is I had to come around the back of the trailer so they wouldn't hear me, but I don't like generators going 24/7. It's noisy. There are generators next to where I'm camped at. I mean, they have it seems like it's on all the time. And it actually drove me back into the trailer 2 nights ago because I couldn't stand it anymore. It's not a natural sound. They have a big rig with solar panels, and I don't know why they have to have their generator going all the time. But it's my opinion. I make do with my 2 batteries and being conservationist in my dry camping. So I guess I better start thinking about lunch here. It's been a nice trip with the exception of the generators. So I'll talk to you later. There's a rabbit right there in the frame, feeding along. Hope it comes through real good here. I've zoomed it up as far as I can go. 78 times zoom. I even hollered at it, and it acts like it doesn't care that I'm here. And now it's like sitting down eating. It's amazing. Trying to keep him right in the center of the view here. Now he's kind of like looking straight ahead here while he's feeding. First time I've been able to capture wildlife on camera ever. Yeah, he's got his ears up. The neighbors are making noise. Wary. He's very wary of what's going on. There he goes. He left. That was kind of fascinating. Video recording that rabbit as it was feeding inside my own campsite. And what was also going on after he ran off, there was like another one that was even closer. It was like over this way, next to the trailer, just scurrying along. Like this is like their natural habitat here, going into the mid to late afternoon. Well, I'm still waiting here to start my dinner. I still got like, maybe an hour and 15 minutes before I can even start chopping up stuff for it. So it's just been like a slow, lazy afternoon. I've just been outside reading a Friday newspaper that I bought from Tunnel Basin. And now I'm just going to start on my new book. I've been reading it at night. I haven't read it during the daytime yet, so still got some lazy time here. But I've done as much as I can to put stuff away. I can't do no more until after dinner, and then after I'm done for the night and turn in. So, hey, that's like halfway done already. Well, I just heard on the radio that Seattle Seahawks lost to Carolina today. I don't know what the score was, but people are already picking Carolina to go to the Super Bowl now anyway, so we'll see about that. I put away all my batteries for my normal boombox radio, so I kind of like jury-rigged my MP3 player to pull in, the sports station from Phoenix, and I didn't know you could play radio, but if you kind of like position it with the little plug-in audio cord, that sort of like acts like an antenna, so I was able to pull it in. It's a little thing, maybe like twice as big as this is. Hey, do what you gotta do. I'm still like sitting around here waiting on starting the chopping up for my fish dinner. I have to chop up some onion, stick it in the middle of the fish, and then wrap it up in aluminum foil, put it on the grill for about 15 minutes, and along with the corn on the cob, wrapped up in aluminum foil, and then I'll be eating. Yeah, what you're listening to is that jury-rigged MP3 player that's broadcasting FM radio on it. Well, it's Sunday night, my final night at Roosevelt Lake before I drive back home tomorrow morning. And I just got done eating my dinner. It was my fish dinner. So I've done about as much as I can do. I wasn't going to go outside by a fire, so I just went out there to put away the little gas grill for cooking the fish in. So that's put away now. So there's nothing left outside for me to put away. So this will be my final video of Sunday. It's been a great, enjoyable trip. It's had its oddities and quirks, though. One is I got no tire issues for once. So that's a good thing. I stayed outside in the freezing cold to listen to a Cardinals playoff game. That was kind of a sideways thing. I came back inside last night to listen to the second half, and it was like, oh, come on, guys, do it. Then overtime came, and they pulled that game out of the fire. Yay! So that was an odd thing, listening to a playoff game on the radio. When the other trailers around me, like in the distance, they were the fancy ones. They had like DirecTV, satellite dish outside and all that crap, and they were like watching the game. So, okay, maybe someday I can do that. So once again, this is my final video for Sunday night. It's just great, just to get back home. Well, it's Monday morning. Time to go home. I've been up for about 20 minutes. This is what I've accomplished so far. There you go. Tore down the bed. It's time to launder those bedclothes. It's been a while for them. And I've piled everything back up on the bed there. The heater is still going. The little propane heater is still going along there. I don't know if you can see that orange glow on the left side of the white panels there, but it's still going. It's probably going to run out here in the next few minutes, so yeah, I'm ready to come home here. Let those air out. There's been moisture getting into these bins and all around the windows, and it's been like condensation's been pretty bad on this trip. So I'll let those air out for a little bit. And started on the coffee here, so I think it's time to take like a 5-minute break. Well, it's time to leave Roosevelt Lake. I'm all packed up, hitched up, and just ready to drive away. One last look at Roosevelt Lake for this season. It's time to come home. And that's where I'm going right now.